Israeli commanders have been deployed all over Gaza as the bombardment continues.
Hezbollah fighters take aim and attack Israeli positions.
You don't see this very often in the Gaza wars over many years. Dismounted Israeli soldiers moving in to support the fighting.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the US versus China for the Middle East War, which has been raging since October 7th, 2023, when Hamas launched a coordinated attack on Israel. Since then, more than 4,000 people have been killed in Gaza and 1,400 people in Israel, with many more injured and displaced. The conflict has also drawn the attention and involvement of major powers like the US and China, who have different approaches and interests in the region. In this video, let's get started. What is the US position on the conflict? The US position on the conflict is that it supports Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas's attacks, but also urges restraint and a de-escalation of violence. President Joe Biden has condemned Hamas's brutal attack on October 7th and backed Israel's response as restrained. He has also expressed his concern for the civilian casualties and humanitarian crisis in Gaza and called for a ceasefire several times. However, he has not put any pressure on Israel to stop its military operations or to accept any mediation efforts by other countries or international organizations. The US has also blocked several attempts by the UN Security Council to pass a resolution on the conflict, saying that it would not help to calm the situation. The US position on the conflict is based on its strategic alliance with Israel, which it considers as a key partner and ally in the Middle East. The US also sees Hamas as a terrorist organization that poses a threat to Israel's security and stability. The US wants to maintain its influence and leadership in the region and to prevent any other actors from interfering or gaining an advantage. The US also hopes to revive the peace process between Israel and the Palestinians, which has been stalled for years. However, some critics argue that the US position is biased and one-sided, and that it ignores the root causes of the conflict and the legitimate rights and grievances of the Palestinian people. What is China's position on the conflict? China's position on the conflict is that it condemns all attacks on civilians, regardless of who they are or where they come from, and that it supports a comprehensive and lasting solution based on the two-state principle. China has called for an immediate ceasefire and an end to all violence in the region. It has also offered to play a constructive role in mediating and facilitating dialogue between the parties involved. China has criticized the US for blocking the UN Security Council resolution and for being partial and irresponsible. China has also reaffirmed its support for the Palestinian cause and its cooperation with other countries in the region, especially Russia. China's position on the conflict is based on its principle of non-interference in other countries' internal affairs, its respect for international law and norms, and its vision of building a community of shared future for mankind. China also sees the Middle East as an important region for its Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to promote connectivity and cooperation across Eurasia and Africa. China wants to enhance its economic and diplomatic ties with countries in the region, especially those that are rich in oil and gas resources. China also wants to balance its relations with both Israel and Palestine, as well as other Arab states. However, some critics argue that China's position is opportunistic and hypocritical, and that it does not have enough leverage or credibility to play a meaningful role in resolving the conflict. As you can see, the US versus China for the Middle East War is not only a regional issue, but also a global one. It reflects the different interests and perspectives of these two major powers, as well as their competition and cooperation in various fields. It also affects the lives and futures of millions of people in the region and beyond. Therefore, it is important to understand the situation from different angles and to seek a peaceful and just solution that respects the rights and dignity of all parties involved. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. See you next time.